What's up YouTube? RC Bustinut over here with a quick video, and this one is about spools, limitless spools, which can be used in obviously the Limitless, the Typhon 6S, and other cars, Felony and Outcast. Actually, I'm not sure about the Outcast, but the Felony and Infraction, they all pretty much use the same setup, so this spool right here will drop into any of those cars. Here's the thing with these spools from the that comes with the Limitless and other similar vehicles from Arrma. You're kind of limited to the, if I'm not mistaken, that this is all that I've been able to find, at least 27, 29, 34. And these spools fit onto the shaft with this pass-through pin that screws in. But these shafts also have a flat spot so that you can put something else in there. Problem when you start putting something else that's not these guys, because these guys have this little lip right there and you still have the hump on the other side. Well, these red spacers that come with the stock spool, it won't work and you'll get all kinds of slop in there. So what I did to try to get the to be able to fit Saga gear onto the stock Limitless spool was, let's see if I can focus in there, but if you see right under the red spacer right here, under the I put this little washer in there. I just went to my local hardware. I brought this whole thing. I believe it was like a 1/4 inch or 5/16 washer, can't remember, but the nice thing about local hardware, if you have one in your area, is that you can just go, and they usually have these pull-out bins with hardware that they sell individually, so you can buy one piece of almost anything. And I was able to go ahead and put it on and try until I found something that fit really nice in there, and that filled the gap that I needed to make this work. So now puppy can drop right in there, and I have perfect spacing. It clears the motor mount, and boom, it just spins nice and freely in there. So if you want to put a Saga gear onto the spool and not be limited to using those 3 sizes, this is how I did it. And this is going to allow me to custom gear my whole setup a lot better. So right now on this guy, I just put on the 40 tooth pinion, gear on this guy for the spool, and I'm going to be pairing that with a 34 tooth pinion gear on the 1721 Castle 2400 kV motor. And this was due to some tips from some of the guys out there, so I just want to send out a shout out to the guys out there who gave me some pointers and some tips and advice. Pretty much, you got Mitchell Minor, if you haven't checked this channel out, awesome channels. We have LT Speed RC, Slow Mike RC, he's been real helpful, and Dennis Graham. They all pretty much helped me and suggested how to re-gear, because I was originally running a 40 tooth on here on the pinion and a 34 tooth on the spur. And while I have used negative gearing on this guy and it worked, but I've only ran it on a 1650 kV, which has a lot more torque, so you can get away with riding a little bit of negative gearing and get some good results. But with this 2400 kV being a higher kV motor, you don't really have that torque that this other motor has. So when I ran it, I can tell that it was very sluggish at the takeoff. I mean, I could probably get the good speed up there, but I would need a really long distance, and it's just easier to try to see if we can put a larger spur and a smaller pinion that it'll still get me into the range that I want, which right now I'm just looking to get it to 130 plus. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to gear this up, set it up for tomorrow, and I did do a quick run test, little shakedown run yesterday on this, because I geared her back down to 1-1, because I originally thought I had a 34 spool in here, but this mod that I did with the spool over here, I originally did that with this guy. I wanted to see if I can fit that Saga gear, and I did. I got it to fit, so I had that 42 spur in here. So when I got that 116 that I maxed out at 116 with a 40 spur and a 34 pinion, it wasn't a 1-to-1 as I thought. And when I ran the numbers, it actually came out pretty close to what I ran. Actually, I did better than what the calculator said. The calculator said about 112 at 75% efficiency. I got 116, and that's, I think it was like about 80% efficiency, but I did manage to get a full throttle run, and it held it for like 3.5 seconds at full throttle, and it peaked out at 116. Now that was also without trimming the wing in the back and without trimming these canards. I trimmed these guys. I went to the lowest line, but I didn't want to take it all the way. I see some people that take it all the way down here. I didn't want to do that. I still want a little bit of downforce here, and if I take this all the way down, my theory is that because this is a pocket right here, it's kind of concave, then you'll have air just pushing right into that pocket, creating some drag. At least this way, the wind can, I'm hoping at least, can just go right over and then go right on top of the body. So I ran it like this yesterday, a quick shakedown run, and it was even a short run. I only got 96% power out. And I got 127 miles an hour, 96% power out, and the total run, I had to actually run and get the car. So I calculated the run, it was like 1646. So very short run. Short run, not full throttle. And that was a new PB for this car, because before even geared higher, I only pushed 122. I looked up my my data, and I did 122 with a 34 pinion and a 27 tooth spur, but I still had full wings and full delay on the perfect pass. This time I have the perfect pass set down to to 5 seconds delay, and with the trim and all that, I pushed 127. So I'm going to take this puppy out tomorrow. I'm getting it all set up for tomorrow, do a run with that guy. I'm hoping to get a run with this guy in too, and let's see if one of these two guys can push over 130. I mean, when I ran the calculator, let me see, where are we at? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, 8 cells, 1650 kV, running 34. I'm still running the 3.308 on the Limitless. I did order the 2.8 gearing for the diffs. I'm waiting for those to come in for this car. I'm going to try it first in this car, and then if that works out nice, I'm going to go ahead and change the gearing on the diffs to 2.8 ratio. And we have 3.8 for tires. So that 75% efficiency, we're looking at 125. And I just pushed without full power out. I pushed 127 yesterday. So I'm already over what the calculator says by 2 miles an hour. So I'm hoping to maybe get those couple extra miles on a longer run, and hopefully push it over the 130 mark on the Limitless. And as far as this guy goes, the gearing we'll be doing is we're running run on 6S, 2400 kV motor, running that, yep, and a 40 tooth. And this calls out 116 at 75% efficiency and 155 at like 100% efficient, which we'll never really get unless we have like a perfect car, no energy loss at all. But I want to see what this does. I want to see what the high torque spur gear is going to help me push. If it's going to get me closer to that 100% efficiency than running 101 or even running negative gearing on this motor. So we'll see what happens. It's all part of the game, is figuring out this whole gearing, what works best for what motor, and I'm sharing everything with you guys because I want you to see how to do this and what the results are, what I'm getting at least, and hopefully this will help you guys too. So tomorrow is Sunday run day. We'll see what we get. Alright guys, peace out, enjoy your weekend. See you tomorrow. Ciao.